How are you doing this wonderful day? We showed up. We're a little late tonight, but we still showed up. As you can see, we have a new background, and we're gonna, keep on getting better, keep showing up, and keep being here on time. Had a little technical difficulties today, but we're here. Last week we talked about mental health for men, and we're going to do a part two this week. So stay tuned for that. But let's get some house cleaning uh, things going on. I have new software. I'm still learning it, so the things that slide in, slide out, still trying to perfect it. You can find us on YouTube at Keller Coleman. You can go through our older videos as well as some of the newer streams and do a review of what we have out there. Also, you can find us on Instagram at Keller L Coleman. We have inspirational videos, some um, things that are going around Detroit, as well as some funny stuff and some pictures and some videos. So see us over there. Also, you can go to Coach Keller, the Coach Keller Den on Facebook. It's a Facebook group that we throw memes and funny stuff. And if you don't mind, join the group. And if you find something that you like, share it on your social media. Okay. And lastly, thank you all for watching from the previous show. Last show was amazing. So thank you. If you have any comments, please feel free to drop them down, and I'll try to get to them. Again, this is mental health part two, so we gonna jump right in it. And I didn't know that June was mental health month for men. So yes, June is the month of mental health for men. Mental health in America. For men, this is our month. And if you would like for more information on that, go to mhscreening.org. That's mhascreening.org. And you can look at some of the things that they have out there. So, approximately in the United States, there's 151.7 million men. That's a lot of men. And 6 million of the men suffer from some type of mental health issue. And of the 6 million that I'm looking at, most of them suffer from depression. As we stated last week, there are certain programs you can go and research on Google, YouTube, and please reach out to these folk if you have gotten to your last dime or your last step and you need some professional help. 1 in 5 adults experience a mental health problem every year, and this is quite costly because serious mental illness costs $193 billion in lost earnings every year. So companies are losing money, families are losing money, communities are losing money. Why? Because of mental health challenges. So there are 5 major mental health problems that are affecting men, and I'm going to go through them. There's 5. One is depression. That's the biggest one. Over 6 million men suffer depression every year. Male depression often goes undiagnosed. We can get quiet, we can chill up, we can be distant, and it goes unnoticed or undiagnosed. And men are likely to report fatigue, irritability, loss of interest in work or hobbies, rather than feelings of sadness or worthlessness. And 19 million of these men from 18 to 54 have an anxiety disorder. And then 3 million men have a panic disorder and other phobias. So that's one of the problems affecting men. Number 2, bipolar disorder. That's a big one. Bipolar disorder. 2.3 American men, are affected by bipolar disorder. And equal amount of men and women develop this illness. The men that suffer the most from this are the ages of 16 and 25. Again, the age group of 16 and 25, they suffer the most from bipolar disorder. Thirdly, psychosis and schizophrenia. Psychosis and schizophrenia. Approximately 3 million people in the United States are diagnosed with schizophrenia and is the one of the leading causes of disability. One of the leading causes of disability. 90% of these schizophrenics are age 30. They are 30 and they are men. That's a young demographic. So a lot of men, unfortunately, are suffering from schizophrenia and psychosis. And another big one is eating disorders. Yes, men have eating disorders because of mental health abuse. Yes, that is true. Males account for 10% of patients with anorexia, 10%, and bulimia, and 35% of these men have binge eating disorders. And men are less likely to seek help than women. Yes, men are less likely to seek help than women. So, fellas, we got to work on a few things. And lastly, it's a big one. Suicide is on the rise. Suicides in the United States are found in Caucasian men over the age of 85. They have the highest suicide rates. Men 85 and above. White gentlemen are struggling with this. They are the top ones. And male suicide has been on the rise since the year 2000. Suicide is the seventh leading cause among death among men, accounting for 2.2 of all male deaths in 2011, and that was 11 years ago. Of course, the numbers have definitely went up. Okay, unfortunately, our gay and bisexual men are likely to develop mental health disorders more than heterosexual men. Many reasons why, and they are increased risk of suicide, especially before the age of 25. So men that are in those orientations, they're struggling for mental health also. Okay, a lot of risk factors, including social isolation, substance abuse, unemployment, trauma for being in the military, and other mood disorders put a lot of men in risk for suicide. Also, substance abuse, alcohol dependency, military veterans, they struggle with suicide. Okay, and so it's something that I decided to really dig into and talk about, because you hear all kind of success stories and all this other stuff, but we got real problems behind that. And sometimes people want to just mass success, but got real problems behind that, but they don't want to address it because they want to give you a fake sense of success, a fake one. Everything's going right. Everything's going right. I'm a millionaire. I'm this. I'm that. I'm that. But they're struggling. They have problems in the home, problems with your children, problems, but they don't address it. They just mass success. So you have to be careful. Now, some of the famous people that have mental illness, but they're coping with it or getting treatment for it. One big person is Terry Bradshaw. Okay, he started having panic attacks after gangs, and he was diagnosed with clinical depression in the late 1990s. But Terry Bradshaw has really been working to, reinvent himself and do things, and he's been quite successful, but he still has, battles it, but he's doing a pretty good job of pivoting through it to keep it going. Brandon Marshall, he's another one. He was a big time NFL player. He suffers from borderline personality disorder. He spent several months in intensive treatment at McLean Hospital in Belmont, Massachusetts, and he still deals with it. Okay, another one is Earl Campbell. I absolutely love Earl Campbell when he played in the NFL for the Houston Oilers, one of the best backs I've ever seen play, running backs. He was diagnosed with panic and anxiety disorders in 1989, and he reveals he struggles with mental illness in his autobiography, which was published in 1999. That's Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell's still around. Earl Campbell does a lot of the football card signings where you go around the country and take pictures with the fans. He does a lot of that. So these are just some of the people that are coping with it and dealing with it and seeking treatment for it. Okay, so definitely, please seek treatment. Men are less likely than women to reach out for help. They're less reluctant to talk, and they downplay the symptoms. I downplayed mine, and it's just something that you have to deal with. I've suffered from fear of the unknown, and I suffered from depression at a young age. I didn't really talk about it, but I did in my 20s, and I had very few people to reach out to. And then even though I was going to church and shouting and all that, the problem still remained. Okay, and I had to battle me just to be where I am today. So definitely, please, sir, please, ma'am, if you have it, reach out to a professional and get some help. And definitely get some help. There's the mental health agency that I'm referring to. They have a toll-free number. It's the Mental Health America. That number is 1-800-969-6642. Again, 1-800-969-6642. I don't have the slide-ins like I normally do, but I'm getting through this. See, this is what you have to do when you take steps to improve. You take steps to get better. You have to keep going. Okay, this isn't working. That isn't working. You don't stop. You got to keep showing up. Yeah, I was 15 minutes late. I knew it was going to be late. Yes, I got a job. I knew I was running late today. But I said, no, I'm going to show up. See, I come from the era that people thought that everything had to be right before you even tried. And then when you tried and you made mistakes, they was ready to pounce on you and jump on you and criticize you. I come from that era. I come from the era where you go to church and then you make one mistake and then you have very people that want to reach out and help you. I come from that era. So I'm like, skip it. We're going to go on. We're going to get this show on the road. We're going to get it done. No ifs, ands, or buts. We're going to get it done. And see, I did all that and forgot that the mic was over there. I forgot. But no, you have to keep on trying. Hey Sherman, how you doing? Hey Miss Goodness Jones, what's going on, cousin? From Milwaukee. Yes, but mental health has affected every family in some shape, form, or fashion. And I'm gonna get real personal. My dad, I didn't figure out that he was struggling with mental health issues until last year. My dad's been gone 20 years, and I started figuring stuff out. I said, wait a minute. When my grandmother and my granddad divorced, it took a toll on my dad. He was the oldest, and it was 3 kids, him, my uncle Charles, and my aunt Clara, and she just went home to be with the Lord last year in 2021. So it was really, I didn't understand it, but I started figuring stuff out. Oh Lord, my phone is ringing. Look, like I said, you have to keep going regardless. I forgot to turn the phone off, but I'm not quitting. And for those of you out here that will see this later, oh, he should have did this, he should have did that. Okay, get your butt on here and do the same thing. I challenge you to start a live stream and you make mistakes. Yes, I challenge you. But I didn't know, and so it hurt because I started figuring stuff out, and I said, "Oh my God, I didn't understand that as a kid." And then here it is, I'm 56 this year, and I just had a birthday a couple months ago, and I just started figuring stuff out. I said, "That's why he did certain things a certain way," and uh, it started making sense. My dad suffered from it because he loved his mother, he loved his father, but he hated the split. He hated it, and I was like, "Oh, makes sense now." So he did pretty well until he got sick and he went home, be with the Lord in year 2000. But I try to be candid and be real with you all, and not fake the funk and give you all this fake success and look at me, I'm a millionaire and all that other stuff, and I stay at XYZ address. Who cares? Real people with money don't have to brag. They don't. They just don't. So I just felt like coming back on here and give you all some real content. If you have problems with these ideas within your head and you need help, yeah, reach out for some professional help. And when you go get it, they'll give you a different way of how to think through it and a different plan of action. So you take those steps and and implement them, then you'll find yourself less likely to want to take it to the extreme. Suicide, causing, going and shooting people up, innocent people, getting so mad until you just gotta take it out on somebody. There's a scripture that says, "Be angry but sin not." Yeah, you can get upset, but don't take it to another stream where you're slaughtering innocent lives. Don't take it out on somebody else and you go kill them. Okay. And see, sometimes people get selfish with that because they can't see beyond the day. The blessing was on Monday, but they decided to cut up on Sunday. The blessing was there for Monday, but they decided to cut up on Sunday and tear everything up. Now the blessing is gone. Now they may or may not be living. Now if they are living, they may go to jail. And sometimes they don't look at that aspect. They don't. Hey, Pam King. They don't look at it. It's me. I'm so hurt. I'm so mad, and they keep it bottled up, and then they just want to lash out, lash out for no reason, and then the damage is done. The damage is done. The damage is done. Whereas you can just love on folk. I was at a 7-Eleven a couple days ago, and I struck up a conversation with this Caucasian man, and there was another gentleman of my shade getting coffee at the same time. So we were striking up things and talking stuff and having a good time. And I said, hey, racism is stupid because this person could be my blessing and I could be theirs. And they don't look at it like that. And so we had exchange pleasantries and stuff. And so me and the black gentleman, we were behind the Caucasian gentleman. And the gentleman looked at us and he told the lady, he said, you know what? Go ahead, ring them up. I got this. And I was stunned, so I put my hand on him. And I said, thank you. And I was praying for him at the same time. God bless you. God keep you. You have a great day. And I was so stunned because, wow, we're at a 7-Eleven in a predominantly white suburb. And the gentleman buys my coffee, my two papers, because I like to read the paper in the morning. And then the gentleman that was in back of me, we're both black. And he bought our papers, bought my papers, bought our coffees. And I said, thank you. And I went and got in my truck. And when he went to his car, he waved. I said, see, that is what love is supposed to do. Keep it going. You know what I'm saying? But wanted to come on here. We're just going to keep going. This is the new backdrop, one of them. And new things will be coming. Our interview series will start in 2 weeks. And now we'll be posting that. So stay tuned. stay tuned. Um, Anything else? Oh yes, Think and Grow Products. I don't have the number to the company, but they'd be more than happy to come get your books and redistribute those in the community. Also, don't forget, please follow us on Facebook, um, Instagram, and YouTube. Type in Keller Coleman, you'll find us. And the annotations, all that stuff will be there next week. I promise you that. I just had to get to this point. But again, thank you all for watching, taking time out your schedules to listen to little old me. And I appreciate you, love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we will see you next week. You all have a wonderful one, and thank you very much. Let me see if I can know how to do all this. God bless you. Take care now.